Oh, gang, we had to go live for this one. Let's see who hops on. Let's see who's available to hop on. But I'm gonna wait for a couple folks to get on here. But for those that haven't heard, the Yankees just DFA'd Aaron Hicks. Okay, to me, he's the corresponding roster move to get Greg Allen up here. This is a shocker. I'm reading right from MLBTradeRumors.com too. But yeah, if I wasn't going to get copyrighted, I would be playing Celebration by Kool and the Gang right now. But I'd be copyrighted. So 4 trains in the house. He loves it. I think we all love this. Yeah, he's the corresponding move to get Greg Allen up here, which is crazy. Let me know what you think about this, gang. I'm sure some other folks will be hopping on here, but this one we had to go live right now because how could you not? How could you not? Jonathan, a good move. Sean Browning's in the house. 4-train Maz is in the house. I mean, gang, be still our hearts. What do y'all think about this one? I was gonna wait to put a video for the Yankees lineup out, but oh, and here's the lineup that just came out right now. Well, I'll go over the lineup while we're up here. But Jonathan loves it. The shift. Hop on, brother. Hop on. Okay, hop on here. If any of you guys want to hop on this live stream right now, in the description, hop on and let's talk about this. All right, there goes the link in the description. Shift. Joey Sausage and Peppers is here. 4-train. Hop on. Ivan Manny, David Cohen, and Miguel Molina Jr. I would think so because this shows now that they're willing to eat money. Jonathan,
all right,
quick reflexes like a ninja hopping on. I love it. What are your thoughts, man? Happy? Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy with Hicks being gone.
Yeah, and I think this is.
I honestly think Hicks was basically another similar to a Jacoby Ellsbury signing because after he signed that big contract, he basically did nothing for the team.
Yeah, I mean, and Miguel Molina makes a good point. This makes Donaldson getting DFA'd more likely. I would think so. Now that they're willing to eat money from Hicks, and Donaldson only has 1 year left. I would put better value because they're going to get better value from Hicks' position, right? They're going to get better value from Donaldson's position. Would you agree?
Yeah, I honestly think Donaldson should get DFA'd and they should bring up Chaparro immediately afterwards. That's what I thought. That's what I thought immediately. I thought no more Donaldson, Chaparro, bring him up right now.
Yeah,
that's what I would do if I was Cashman. I would say, Jonathan. I would say, Chaparro, your time is now.
Like I said too, if I wasn't going to get copyrighted, I would be playing Celebration by Kool and the Gang right now. The preparation Hicks is dead is in the house, guys and gals. Hit the like button if you're happy.
I like the comedy from all your
dude
lines in from preparation to everything.
Did you think the Yankees were going to eat this guy's money?
Me?
Oh, I absolutely expected it. In fact, I expected the Bobby Bonilla treatment, $1 million for the next 30 years.
Yeah, 2060. I mean, guys, Joey, if you're on here, shift. If 4-train's on here, hop on. We got to talk about this. What's your first thoughts, Hicks is dead? What's your first thoughts, Preparation H?
Tiger Woods better be careful because he has an impersonator available. This guy's going to be on the PGA pretty soon.
Oh my God, this is. I mean, we're not going to see Hicks anymore.
So you know how May 4th is Star Wars Day?
Mm-hmm.
Mark down May 20th on your calendar as Wizard of Oz Day.
Wizard of Oz Day.
That's
dude. I mean,
what's the next thing coming out of the bag now, or behind?
I can see Jonathan's reaction. He wants to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs after this.
I think so. And Miguel made a point too. He's like, this makes it more likely that they're going to DFA Donaldson. That could very well happen now. If they're willing to eat this guy's money, they're willing to eat Donaldson's money. That will be
Donaldson. the fact that we had to trade Sanchez, I get that, but to include Gio as well, just to get Donaldson, okay, and we're finally going to see the green M&M catching today, Ben Rodvet. He's like the green M&M from the M&M's commercial from Christmas time. He does exist.
I'm going to go over the lineup in a short. Morning Brew, it's on Hector. Hop in the stream now. Let's talk about this, bro. Hop in here. Shout, salute.
I wouldn't be surprised if Chaparro is the next guy called up, along with
Chaparro or Peraza or both of them. Like,
can I put a hot take out there? Can I ask a real question? What the fuck did Hal Steinbrenner put in his coffee this morning?
Dude,
I do not know. Maybe he got hit by one of those coconut trees.
He got hit by a frozen flying iguana from Florida back in like freaking January. It was a late effect of a concussion. He was probably down in Tampa in January, got hit by a frozen iguana right smack in the cranium. And we're seeing the delayed effects right now. Oh, I finally got over my Alzheimer's. I finally should DFA Hicks. That's what the fan base has been saying. Print that.
Another question I have about him: does this move make them move Jones and Dominguez faster to the major league?
I don't think it's going to make Dominguez any faster.
I like that idea, though. I like that idea. Maybe they accelerate the training program. It's not going to necessarily make them move faster, but it motivates them to implement a different training program and perhaps get them in a different direction. Because you saw what the Atlanta Braves do, and I'm sure Steinbrenner, he's not blind. Regardless of what the public perception of the fan base is, fan base has been very critical of him lately, going into this year, years past, be it whatever it was. Fan base is very critical and very passionately critical, I might say. But they've been watching what the Braves have been doing, except for maybe Freddie Freeman, which I'd still say to this day, even though they got Matt Olson, great. That's a big mistake not getting Freeman for the Braves. And I'm pretty sure Cashman does not want to go down there, nor does Steinbrenner.
I would agree.
Who do you think is the next big prospect to be called up to the major league?
Who do I think? Yeah. I'm with you on Chaparro. Volpe being up this year is a start to that trend.
Mm-hmm.
Volpe, I mean, all right. Everybody in the chat, please pay attention. Volpe's batting average, for those who are still skeptical on it, give it time, please. I'm imploring, I'm motivating you with respect. Give it time. That when the guy gets on, you're seeing what he's done. Small ball has become Volpe ball.
Yes.
You know what I compare Volpe to from all that information about when Mickey Mantle, for example, first came up. He was so. I mean, I'm not old enough to watch that, but I heard it from my dad. When he first came up, he was not great. He had to be sent down, talked with dad, and his dad gave him a real hard talk, and he talked about this in his Yankees.
Yeah.
That's how I know.
Yeah,
Jonathan, that same thing is very resemblant to Judge's tattoo. He had his batting average, I think, was it on his right or left pec, 179 in 2016 when he first came up. Nobody had any expectations from him. If you were to put an analogy to this picture, if you guys go back to 1988 with the Dodgers, they had this big, gigantic right fielder, Mike Marshall, who was traded to the Mets, okay? The only reason why I remember this is because I just read like a skimming caption and headline somewhere back, when I was in middle school back then.
Let me shout out.
He was traded to the Mets. Everybody was like, this guy's probably, gigantic outfielders don't generally have a lot of success, at least sustained success.
Yep.
Look at where we're at now.
Yeah, and let me shout out to everybody in the chat. I mean, this is. I mean, I think it's one of those things where Cashman gets up, Hal calls him, do it. 2 seconds later, done. It's one of those Cashman ninja moves. I think he got the phone call from Hal this morning, and he was just like, He did it so quickly.
I'm just
This is a ninja Cashman move. But with
I'm just curious about how the Yankee analytic team is going, because all their analytic people have been
forget them now.
Made bad moves recently.
Yeah.
Only.
Shout out to everybody who hopped on the chat. We got 115 people in here. Be sure to hit the like button if you're happy that Hicks is being DFA'd. Chicken Parm, we got my consigliere, Morning Brew. We got the whole crew in here. Joel, Tyler B, Sean Browning, Michael Jimenez, Chicken Parm, baby. Like James LaValle's in the house. Dude, we got the crew here. So let's celebrate this. Let's celebrate.
So Jason.
TC Steels, hop in there. If you can hop in now. Hop in. I texted you the link. So you can hop in.
So since we have the crew aboard, I would officially like to announce the retirement of the moniker Preparation Hicks publicly on the air. Henceforth, we are starting a new moniker going forward, which shall go by the name of Gleyber Torres. As long as Gleyber continues to be a numbnuts on the base pads or defensively, there you go. And that will be not a DFA, but a trade at the deadline. I'm calling it right now. That's a trade at the deadline. And that's when Peraza comes.
Yes, you know how much heat I got? Yeah. You know how much heat I got for that Gleyber Torres trade video? I said, we have a credible backup in Oswald Peraza. We don't have that in every position. Peraza can come in and replace him. Like, you can get some value for this guy. Did you see that dynamite play he turned on the double play at short the other day? Back like 2-3 days ago? Yeah, in AAA. I was like, holy shit. Yep. And by the way, holy shit. I'm going to pull out the lineup really quick. I was going to put out the lineup, but this
please. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
This is a much more important video on live stream talking about Aaron Hicks, but Gleyber Torres is leading off. He's playing second. Aaron Judge is DHing, batting second. Anthony Rizzo's batting third at first base. DJ LeMahieu is batting fourth. Okay, they like that 2-3-4. Judge, Rizzo, LeMahieu. He's playing third base. Right. Third base today. Harrison Bader's batting fifth in center field. Jake Bowers, is batting sixth in right field. Anthony Volpe's batting seventh. Shortstop, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Left field batting eighth. On the dish for the first time as a major leaguer with the Yankees, Ben the Hulk Rortvedt batting ninth at catcher, and on the mound, Jahani Brito. So that's the lineup. That's the mound. Let me know what you think. And by the way, welcome to TC Steels is in the house right now. The four horsemen are in the place. Steels, give us your first reaction on this. He got a big smile on his face. It's a shit-eating grin right there. I love it. You happy or what?
I'll be back in a minute.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Your mic's on mute, TC.
You're on mute. You're muted, TC.
Mute.
Unmute yourself.
What's going on here?
There he is.
You were on mute before.
You're good now.
The excitement. You couldn't hear the excitement.
That's a shit-eating grin, and I love it.
What kind of milk did you have with your cereal this morning, TC? Did you have your Cocoa Puffs?
I had a celebratory breakfast. I'm still having breakfast here with pancakes and hash browns and
dude, I would be
confetti's all over the house. I mean,
I'd be rocking Cool in the Gang in celebration right now. But
we're gonna have a parade right down the street here, just right up.
Dude, I mean,
oh my god,
we got 137 people in here right now. We're only going on a few minutes. Everybody, hit the like button if you're happy that Hicks is gone. By the way, please.
So here's my recommendation: while Hicks has been DFA'd, retire the number 31 in Dave Winfield's honor, please. Don't use that number again.
He deserves it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to tear down the monument they just made for Hicks the other day when he went 3 for 4. So
yeah, exactly. Who's happy with Cashman this morning? I am.
DC, you seeing my screen name?
Ding dong preparation Hicks. I heard you retired the preparation Hicks. Did you retire that one?
I announced it just like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, there's no emotional press conference to this one.
This is nuts, man.
Yeah, I just got a text saying, "Please, Donaldson next, please."
And you know who's in the on deck circle? Washed Donaldson.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Look, if Would you? I mean, two things. Like, did you think he was going to be the corresponding move to Greg Allen? I did not.
No.
And do you think that they're willing to eat Donaldson now that they've eaten Hicks's contract, or going to be eating Hicks's contract?
I honestly think they should, and they should drop Donaldson and bring up Chaparro. This kid, they want they need young energy on the team, and they need people, hitters that don't always pull the ball. That's one thing I hated about Giambi. Giambi could never hit it to the opposite field, and they gave him a 7-year deal because of what he did in 2001.
Yeah. I mean, Chaparro murders the ball. He murders the ball.
Jason,
and he couldn't field. I mean, Teixeira is essentially the same guy as Giambi, except he could field. He never he never went to the opposite field.
It's a good point.
So one of the Yankee content channels last night had their game stream going, and when they brought in the reliever for Cincinnati. The references were being made and comparisons were being made between him and L.I. Yankee King.
Oh God!
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
I have no comment on that one.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like.
I think that was I forget.
I was doing my judge eye on that one. I was like.
So, what's your next move that you think is going to happen, Steels, for the Yankees?
Donaldson.
The next move, let's see. So Greg Allen got brought up, so he's on the team, right?
Well, he's not on the 26. He's on the 40.
Not yet.
Oh, so they DFA'd Hicks. So they haven't. So there's no move. They didn't move. They didn't bring anybody up yet, right?
Not yet for the 26.
Okay, so the next move, I'm thinking it's probably going to be one of there's got to be a pitcher that needs to be brought up. They need to, like Weber needs to go. I don't know if Matt Crook is he off the disabled or the IL yet?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's a possibility. They might rotate Nick Ramirez for Crook or Weissert for Weber. But as and Peraza needs to come up. Peraza is on fire over there.
Yes.
Deactivated Greg Allen.
I don't know if they. I don't know if they would have to DFA like IKF or I mean they could move Calhoun down. I mean Peraza needs to be here. Peraza.
I agree.
Yeah. So if Peraza comes up here, I would predict he would be up here on a full-time basis after a Glaber trade. That's one. And to TC's point about the pitcher rotations, yes, I agree with the way he said that, one for the other, and both of those scenarios that he mentioned, yes, completely.
Yeah,
Donaldson, once he's DFA'd, Chaparro time, easily, without a doubt.
I think Donaldson gets DFA before IKF.
When does Donaldson due back from the IL? I heard him and Stanton are on the same trajectory path, except for the fact that he sliced his bird.
He sliced his thumb. He had a
it was a thumb?
He just wants money. He doesn't want to
play. Oh, so he was 2 fingers away from slicing the bird?
I think so.
Man.
Me a lot of what's that giant that blew off his hand?
Who?
Oh yeah, Pierre.
Oh, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Pierre-Paul, yeah. JPP.
You guys remember? Was it Major League or Major League 2 where they were faking all these injuries not to be in the lineup?
It was 2.
Yeah, it was 2. So the coach, I think he ended up having a heart attack. He's like, it's either a leg thing, it's either a back. That's what these guys are doing. Yeah. Donaldson is doing the same. He wants to get out of the lineup. He doesn't want to come back. He wants his money. So cut his ass. Get him out of here.
Okay, so that's a contract you probably should go Bobby Bonilla on. $1 million for the next 25 years.
Yeah.
If you'd accept it, I mean, I don't know if he's willing to accept it, but like, I mean, you'd be paying him to 2060 though. But like,
he's a skeleton of himself, basically. He's nowhere near the cocky ass power hitter he was back in his prime. No way, no how.
Isn't he owed $30 million left on his current contract?
I think his contract's like 20 or 25.
25 and then, so he's owed 2.5 more years, so like 25 million.
So if you do $1 million for the next, or $1 million for the next, 25 years?
Yep.
It's that would cut down the average annual value towards payroll.
Mhm.
But I mean, do they want to pay him until 2050? Shit, I don't know.
I
They want to just knock it off the books. They got 70 million coming off the books after the season. 70. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
I don't know who the big free agent players are after this year.
A lot of pitching, and Ohtani. A lot of pitching.
I don't know. See, Ohtani, I don't know about, because Ohtani, I would go for the DH and the outfielder more than I would the pitcher, because his sample size in the Bronx has been poor.
I don't think Ohtani wants to pitch in the Bronx, but I like that guy, the Japanese hitter.
Roki Sasaki.
He's a pitcher. It's a rookie, and you got Murakami. Murakami, the first baseman.
The hitter.
Yeah, Murakami.
I'm predicting Ohtani might go to the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, very likely. That's a very low stress.
It's a dark. It's
Well,
West Coast.
don't be surprised if Uncle Steve's crew catches fire and he comes to Queens. I'm just saying.
They can eat a dick.
Money doesn't guarantee championship.
Yeah. They can have everybody there. And I would love to see them get everybody and not win.
Here's 3 trades. I see. Here's 3 transactions, courtesy of DFA trades, whatever you want to call it, just transactions in general. I predict between now and July. You already saw Sanchez being called up by the Mets. Severino, we're talking about potentially moving him at the deadline because he's a free agent, possibly not to be signed next year. I could see him wanting to stay in the orange and blue pinstripes, pitching to Gary Sanchez. Yeah.
Hey, I just read that. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what I was saying is to put the icing on the cake, our celebration today culminates in Queens. Aaron Hicks goes to Queens.
All right.
Gary Sanchez.
Welcome to the Mets, man.
I just read that it said that they activated Greg Allen to the roster.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Did they?
Yeah, they just activated him, so he's.
That's a good move. That's a good move. Because if that guy brings back the same energy he had a couple of seasons ago with us, I think it was in 21, then we have between him and Bader, we have 2 catalysts. So you have a choice between Bader and Allen to possibly be put at the top of the rotation, performance dependent.
And they gave Allen number 30.
What's that, Jonathan?
They gave Allen number 30.
30, all right. And if you add Volpe to that list, you got 3 base stealers now. 3 on the team that can disrupt things on the base pass.
And that's one thing.
That's what we need. That's what we need. We need that small ball. We need people with balls on the bases.
Yes.
With speed on the base.
Keep loading.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm on like cloud 9 right now. So
I mean, I still have images of 2 stolen bases and a pass ball running through my head. What Volpe did against Oakland. He's got to do that more often against other more prominent teams.
This is I mean, a lot of folks keep saying Allen can't hit. He doesn't need to hit. He walks. If he gets hits on occasion, but he walks. If he's walks,
here's a good question then. I mean, he's in the 7th spot, great, and he's doing well. I'm happy for him. Do you keep him at the 7th, or with the success, do you maybe put him down to the 9th, make him basically another leadoff type hitter? Because if you see the philosophy these days, the 9th hitter is basically sometimes a second leadoff hitter, as seen in today's analytics. So do you do that if he gains momentum and success?
You're talking about Volpe or Allen?
Volpe.
Possibly. I think if you have Peraza up here, Peraza at 7 and Volpe at 9, and even a guy like Greg Allen at 8, you have a lot of on that base.
Yes. And then you have Bader at the top.
Yes.
Well, one thing that's missing from this lineup is lefty batters. I think they need more.
Yes.
Allen's a lefty.
Allen's left, yeah.
And
Allen's a switch hitter, I think.
And 2 guys that are killing it in AAA right now, Franchi and Cole Calhoun, both lefties too. Don't be surprised.
But Jonathan, to your point, the green M&M coming up and catching behind the plate today is a lefty too. Ben Rortvedt.
Yeah.
There he is. He's
true.
Yeah.
Jesus King Chavez, thank you so much for what is good. He's the king with the crown.
Salute, King. Salute.
The king right there, bro. Appreciate it. Let us know if you're happy about this. Let us know, gang, in the comments. We got over 200 people on here right now.
Everybody's jumping off their Nike Air Jordans right now, happy about this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man.
Talking about that, I was watching the movie Air the other day.
Oh yeah,
I think that's on Prime now.
Oh,
yeah, it is. It's a good movie.
Austin.
Honestly, you might think that we got Mike Trout or Ohtani or something. We're celebrating for Greg Allen, and it's just it's great. DFA'd Hicks, and we're celebrating for Greg Allen like it was.
Dude, Hector and Jigger, if you guys are out there in the chat, get on the StreamYard, man. What are you guys doing?
And Justin,
Tats? I thought Tats was coming in here.
Yeah,
Justin,
I thought so too.
Justin asked for the. I put the link down here for you, Justin. So hop on the.
If Tats is still drinking his coffee, he's going to spit it out looking at my screen name.
I think so. I don't know if he even thinks this is real. I think he's in a dream right now.
Tats is probably like, dude, give me like a tetanus pinch shot or something. Like,
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look who's on. Look who's on, baby.
Yeah. I've been sitting backstage, just kind of enjoying the chat. Let me
There
tell
he
you,
is.
this was a Yankees win for the fans.
Oh yeah.
Tats,
How
Tats.
you feeling?
That's really what it is. The fans won.
Tats, camera hug, buddy.
Do you think? Do you think this was the? Do you think that Cashman was actually going to make this move after Greg?
No.
Was this going to be the Allen move? I didn't think so.
No, I thought it was going to be IKF that got booted.
Yeah. Oh, we got the Consigliere. Joel's in the house too. We got a lot of happy people here, and we got another post. Ooh, Li gives cash. Who's this? Who's this? We got another one here. I just have.
Li.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What's
Dude,
happening?
what part of Ohio are you in Cleveland or Cincinnati?
Cleveland.
All
Dude,
right.
go to the game today, you schmuck. Go to the game.
Cincinnati is 4 hours away from me.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey,
All right. So in
Jason.
order.
Hey.
Hang on.
Hang on a second, guys. Somebody's at the door. I got to be right back. All right.
In order, I'm going to give Tats the floor, then Joel the floor, then Li the floor. Since you guys just came on, Tats, what's your first thoughts on this move?
It's a holiday. It really is. I'm like, all right. It's like, all right, Cashman, we see what you're doing. You know, we saw him last year get rid of Sanchez, who was his golden child. Now Hicks is out the door. So he's finally making the right business move. I think that's what it was.
Can you
Now,
see?
is Greg Allen the same as Aaron Hicks in some ways? Yeah. He's not going to light up. He's not going to be a power bat, but he's going to give you more effective defense. He's not going to give up on plays. And like you guys were saying before you put me on, it's, the speed on the bases is going to be so beneficial with a lot of the youth that we have.
Mhm.
Do you think he's going to be like a Homer Bush type player?
Possibly.
Yeah, I just see it.
That's That's actually a good example, a good comparison. I
Yeah.
like that. Still stolen bases, causing chaos in the base pass, playing good defense. Like, I'll take that from him. Like, if that's all we get, and he walks and disrupts the bases and helps manufacture runs, I'll take it. I mean, I don't know about you, but what's your thoughts, Joel? My consigliere's in the house. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, what's interesting is that when the whole Greg Allen deal came up, that was the first thought I shared on the site. I think it was Friday night, that this is a step towards DFAing Hicks. And there was concern about money. And I said, I think at this point it doesn't matter. Because I don't know what Greg Allen's salary is going to be. Because he's not a minimum, as I understand it. So the delta is, someone was saying it was like 1.8 that he's making.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the salary for Greg Allen, but I don't think it's going to be significant.
Yeah.
Um,
But the key is they've got 7 days to trade him. And maybe we'll luck out and somebody really wants him.
yeah.
Greg-
This is true.
Greg Allen signed a $800,000 1-year contract with the Yankees.
Okay. All right.
I'll
So
take that.
Not
league minimum. Okay.
I'll take that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm happy about it. You happy about it, Joel?
Definitely. I mean, look at anything that's going to get us, in a different mindset. Because right now, all of us want, when it's time to go to the bathroom, we save it for when Hicks is up.
Yes.
No?
Because we know we're not going to miss anything. It's like it's just put it on rewind, and
Joel?
we'll catch it.
Joe, I'll take what you said one step further. If I have to save a bathroom visit for a combo visit, I save it for when Hicks is up. I do I basically do a 3, a combo of a 1 and a 2.
Yeah,
I take as long as possible.
yeah, you get the full combo exactly. That's what you do.
You saw my comment to you, Sunil, though, is I think you need to hold a contest for your next name.
I already decided on that one. It's going to be Gleybat Torres.
No, but that's that's a little bit specific. But I mean, I like it as a target. But it's a good way to raise some money for the 161 Mafia.
There you go. There you go. Now let me turn it to gives Cash credit. I'm gonna give him a chance to talk so he hasn't spoken.
I don't know if Tats is laughing, but I'm laughing for him.
Hang on. Li gives Cash credit, man. Give us you got the floor, man.
Obviously this is a smart move. Finally, we can finally say Cashman made a smart move for the first time in about 3 years. But that's the railroad with Cashman. I was shocked when I seen it. I was like, okay, it's probably a fake account, got some traction, and apparently it's tricking everybody, but for some reason. All right, let's dig into this. What's happening? And then I seen it was from a reputable source, and I was like, are pigs flying? What? I literally had to check out my window, make sure pigs weren't flying.
I mean,
if Aaron Hicks was designated for assignment.
I'm telling you.
I know Greg Allen's not like a biggest bat, but at least it gives Bader. Harrison Bader's probably like, oh, finally, now I can get some days off if I need it. I don't need to be worrying about Aaron Hicks dropping balls that I get easily. I'm like, okay, I can get Greg Allen in there and give me some rest.
So, Li, word on the street is you were pitching in relief last night. How'd you do?
Oh, yeah, I gave kind of a bomb to Anthony Rizzo. I don't really want to talk about. My fastball was off. The changeup I kind of let up to Anthony Rizzo. He nailed it. I got to give credit to him. But the reason I was bad is because there was a lady in the second row kind of messing with herself up there. Distracted me a bit. Aaron Boone's over there making excuses, making me laugh. It was distracted. I got distracted. I seen a shiny and I got distracted. That's why I gave it the home run to Rizzo. I would have got him if I didn't get distracted.
Dude, Jason, you want to take a snippet of this and send it to Vic DiBitetto for his next videos or something, man? I mean, this is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. For our live stream to this guy. Oh.
I mean, did you guys see DiBitetto's video this morning? He came out with the whole addressing the cheating stuff about how he's going to basically rope up people and then give them a boner or something if they kept up with the whole cheating allegations.
I didn't even see that.
That came out like 7 hours ago. You guys should watch it. It's glorious.
Oh my God! Yeah, big man, John Butts. By the way, Francisco, we got you covered, man. We also got John Butts saying we should break the Big Mac and the apple pies out. This is a worthwhile. This could be a worthwhile.
I have a McDonald's down the street.
Yeah, I haven't had a Big Mac and apple pie in a long time.
So here's a take I wanted to bring out earlier. This happened only after the Yankee front office got augmented by the presence of Brian Sabian and Omar Minaya. If it was Cashman alone, you probably don't see this. Sabian's like, dude, I've had enough of this. If this guy blows another game like this, defensively, offensively, what have you, I am going to basically blow a fucking head gasket faster than a Ford Mustang 5.0.
So making a conspiracy theory that Cashman is now tied in a chair in a closet somewhere. Maybe Iron Hicks was assignment.
I would compliment your point just by saying I think Cashman needed to get that phone call from Hal saying, all right, let's eat this shit and move on. Eat that money.
I would say Cashman's been replaced by SGR from the NYYST podcast. SGR does the epic Cashman impersonation.
SGR, that amazing. That dude is a hero today.
The one question that still concerns me a lot is Boone and his decision making in the last month. Really?
Well, a lot of it had to do with injuries and lack of options too. So there's only so much he can be responsible for, given what the hand he was dealt. So, but I don't know about you guys. Larry's saying, I don't know if anybody's thinking Volpe's going to hit 45 home runs. He's not.
No, I don't
I'd rather him get 40.
No, I got him pegged for
Wait,
around
45
20.
home runs from Volpe?
Somebody said that. I don't think so. If he hit
What?
15 and stole 45 bases, I would be ecstatic.
20
I
to
think
25.
Volpe will turn out to be a 20 to
The
20.
highest he hit, like
guy.
20?
Yeah, and let Judge hit 45
Yeah, let Volpe steal 45 bases.
all day, right?
Yeah,
I don't
but
know about.
I think Volpe has a chance to hit 20 at the pace he's
Yeah,
going.
20 to
I
25.
would agree with that. The 45, I
Yeah.
think, is a little ambitious.
45 is more like stolen bases.
Yes.
Exactly.
Hit them stolen bases, but
Volpe is more like Tiny Ted from Fast 10.
Did you see it? Did you see Fast
Not
10?
yet, not yet, but I've seen the trailer.
It was on the money, dude.
Yeah.
Like, shit, it was good. It was so good.
the one thing I wanted to say on this stream is I am so tired of people going after Torres. He is so mechanically off. Okay, I'll explain. If you look at his front foot, it is so far back that I'm pretty sure his front foot is here in Manhattan. And when he toe taps, holds it for a second, and then toe taps again. He's already beat. He has to get anything back end of the zone. He can't touch anything out front. He's not hitting with any power. After that second toe tap, he's not hitting with any power. He's
He
going
shouldn't.
missing.
He shouldn't be hitting with power to begin with. He should be more of an extra base hit type of guy.
That I'm saying is like getting those hard hits, those gap to gap shots.
Yeah, okay, that's more like it. Yeah,
That's a little more Glaber. Let the power go to like Rizzo and Judge and G. Go to those guys.
It could be a reason why he's so
Right when
sneaky, right?
And right when he leg kicks, he's leg kicking and everything is falling to left field. Everything is falling to left field. He can't go to right field after he falls off to left.
Yeah, he tries to pull everything. He doesn't go with the pitches anymore. And that's the difference between, the Torres of a
His
few
leg
years
kick
back.
literally doesn't allow him to go with the ball.
I'll be curious if they call Jones or Dominguez up later this year.
Oh no, you're not seeing him in 2024.
Not Jones. Dominguez maybe in September.
Dominguez, he's going to be a pinch runner in the postseason. That's all he's going to do. They're not going to let him touch the batter ball.
Well, actually, Dominguez, if you see him in like August or September, it could be a deployment similar to what we saw with Shane Spencer back in '98, considering that they were late season call-ups. So it's not going to be pinch runners off the bench. It's going to be some starts here and there.
He's got to continue. He's got to continue.
Went on a 10 home run and he had 10 home runs and I forget what his numbers were in the end of '98. He went on a bit of a streak.
Spencer went crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Spencer went crazy. I think, but he's got to do with Volpe. Like Volpe started off slow in Double-A, then he forced them to move him up to Triple-A. Then he started slow in Triple-A, then he forced them to move up to the major leagues. Like they couldn't help keep him down anymore. Dominguez hasn't done that yet. He's killing the ball right now. He's heating up now, but he's got to do that on a continued basis in order for him to force him to be up at Triple-A, and then do the same thing. Triple-A guy's gonna be like, damn, we can't keep this dude down here anymore. We can't. So I think he needs to get to that point. Not there.
Isn't he 2 years younger or 3 years younger than the league average player?
Who?
Dominguez.
He's 20. Volpe's 22.
No, like I seen a stat where it's like either 2 or 3 years younger than the league average player.
Soto came up when he's 19, so that should be a contact for you.
Yeah, but Soto's a generational player.
Yeah, that's different.
Right, but you're talking about age here, not generational players.
Age, yeah. Well, I mean, the only reason you're going to get up at that age is if you're going to be like a Soto or an A-Rod who was up when he was 18. Like,
yeah.
Hey guys, someone's at the door again. I'll dip out and come right back real quick.
All right, man. So, I mean,
it's Aaron Hicks. He needs a place to go.
I don't know. Who would take Hicks at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think to Eli's point too, like it could be a reason why Torres is so streaky too. He's hot for a while, then he's cold for a while. Hot for a while, then he's cold for a while. There's not enough consistency with this guy, and I still am predicting he gets traded by the deadline. But again, I would not trade for him unless you're going to get something of value in return. I'm not trading for him just to clear a roster spot like Hicks.
Right.
You got to get something back in return for Torres and Severino, and I would not hesitate to trade both. This is not the same thing as Impact is trading Judge and Cole. That would sabotage the team. Moving Torres and Severino is more survivable.
Severino needs to prove
Severino
he's
trade?
healthy before you
What's
can
that?
trade him.
On that Severino trade, I'd be a little hesitant.
Well, he has to prove that he's healthy and consistent first. And
But
I
I'd
would
be a
also
little hesitant on like what can we get back in return? Is it gonna be okay, this pitching prospect and a kind of lower level position player prospect, or is it gonna be like, okay, you get these guys, they're your future bench, they're your future rotation, or a bullpen?
well, to your point too, I think if they do trade Severino, he'll make a separate trade for another starter to replace Severino. I don't think they're going to be one down because we're already
Yeah.
a little suspect.
We
Yeah.
can't afford. Yeah, we can't
For
afford
starters
trade
anymore.
Severino right now.
He could move
your
Torres for a starting pitcher.
I like your Torres for Giolito. I think that would be a good trade.
Torres and I mean the White Sox look they're going to do a full teardown. You can maybe
They're
do
not
Torres and the prospect for Giolito and like an Aaron Bummer. You get a starter and a reliever at once. Like that's probably a trade that they could make, but it's you have to add a prospect to Torres. Dylan Cease didn't happen unless you add Dominguez to Torres.
I think the White Sox turn that down just because unless you get like a third team involved, I don't think they're taking any major league players.
You could be right, but I think they're going to be giving away. I think the Yankees and the Red Sox are going to be buying buyers and sellers at the same time. So I don't know about you. What do you think about that, Steels? I mean,
about what? I'm sorry.
Do you think I think the Yankees are going to be buyers and sellers. Can you see the White Sox making a lot of moves at the deadline? Because they can move a lot of guys. To LA's point, like they can move Anderson, they can move Giolito, they can move a lot of guys.
I'd like Cease if they could get Cease.
I mean, that'll cost a shit ton, but I would do that too.
Right, but I think the White Sox. Well, yeah, they're gonna tear down. They're gonna do a lot of moves. As far as the Yankees, there might be one or two moves like you guys are saying, maybe a Torres or Severino. These guys that are coming up in the minors, I don't know. I just want to see what they can do. I don't want to like get rid of all that, the pieces there. I wouldn't package, Peraza. I need Peraza up here already.
Yeah, Peraza. Yeah, I'm not trading.
I don't want him in any deal because the Yankees are going to regret it when if he catches on with another team, he's gonna burn them. He defensively and now offensively, he's just what he hit 2 home runs yesterday, drove in 5, I think.
The one thing the Yankees do with their prospect that I've always hated is they call him up for 2 or 3 games. They have a hot streak, and they send him back down.
Yep.
And he's playing good. If you call a prospect and they're playing good, you just keep him. It doesn't matter if the next guy you're paying $10 million he's like Hicks. Hicks can play. You get rid of him, cut your losses, bring up a guy who can play. Winning makes more money than losing. That's simple.
Hey, Jason, just real quick, did you guys see that the Yankees also signed this Michael Felice relief pitcher?
Yeah, I put out a video on him this morning.
Okay.
For those of you who haven't seen, he's been a cup of coffee. He played with the Astros, played with a couple other teams, the Pirates. He's got a big arm. He's a right-handed pitcher. He averages about 13 strikeouts per 9 innings and 2 walks per 9 innings. So he has good control. And I think with the Yankees having a lot of taxed arms in the bullpen, this is a guy I could see being called up in short time because he's going right to AAA.
Yeah,
so
he needs to replace Weber.
Yeah, Weber or Abreu, so something like that. So we need fresh arms in the bullpen, man. Until the starters come back and give us length on a regular basis. So
Abreu is too inconsistent. Unfortunately, he's got good stuff.
Exactly.
He had another good outing yesterday.
Yep, it's 2 in a row. But how many times will we get 2 in a row out of him? That's the big question.
It's his control. He has control issues. That's what it is.
I think Abreu could be the next player to get DFA.
Who's that?
Which one, Jonathan?
No, I don't think so.
Or called back down. Right.
Maybe. I don't think they're gonna. They can't afford to DFA any relievers, especially the pitching. No way.
Yeah. No. I mean, I could see a Calhoun being DFA'd or unless you can DFA Abreu unless you're bringing up Felice or somebody like that or Crook. Like it's got to be a comparable, right, exchange. right?
This is why I always thought the Efros injury is the one that hurt the Yankees the most,
Yeah, Tommy John, man, missed the whole season.
and Canely as well. But Canely didn't.
He has first rehab game 2 days ago, and it was perfect for 12 pitches and a perfect inning. And he's got 3 more rehab games, and he's supposed to be up in a week.
Okay, so having Canely back could be a real boost to the bullpen and save some arms.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Like, you can call up Canely and not have to make a corresponding move if it's before Herman's suspension is over. So just to bring him back up to 26. But Severino, he might come up and be the 26 guy tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to make a corresponding move there, right? Because we couldn't replace Herman. We're playing one player short right now.
Yeah.
Because of the suspension. So it's either going to be Severino or Canely to come up without a corresponding move, I think. So, I mean, what do you guys have any thoughts on that? You agree with that?
Yeah, I don't know what your thoughts is, Jason, on if the Yankees are going to discipline Herman, if they're going to just DFA him because of what he's done.
I don't know if they're going to DFA him, at least right now. If they can get a credible starter at the
but they should fine him for stupidity.
I would agree with that, Joe, 100%. I mean, I would fine the guy, because he's hurting the team.
And he was warned already that I don't know where he was split pitching. They were checking his hand over and over, and it's the same thing. Yeah,
every fucking Yankee pitcher should right now know that they are on the target.
Yes,
that they are the target of every team they play that's going to complain.
Yes.
So they should make sure they wash their goddamn hands before they go back out. Take some of Sunil's ointment that he no longer needs for Hicks.
So true, Joel.
And
so
give
true.
it to. But, I mean, it's stupid. I mean, now Schmidt's sounded kind of legitimate. It was the padding of the mitt, and so that's why he got off, pretty clean. But there's no excuse for Domingo at all. And so, I mean, it'll take you 2 extra seconds to wash your fucking hands.
Yeah.
Joel.
Yeah.
If you saw Vic's video this morning, he even called out the Herman incident as well as basically saying, rosin is made of resin. Resin is a sticky substance. You combine a sticky substance with sweat, it's going to become like glue, basically, and very sticky. It's something short of being Velcro,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Herman is around after this year.
I'm not sure either because, quite honestly, after this last incident, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence on this one. I'm at the point where I would call Herman Michael Pineda version 2.
Yep.
He got the Vaseline on his neck as clear as day, and in the worst place possible, Fenway fucking Park.
Yeah.
If I'm them, I'm signing 2 starters this offseason. If I'm the Yankees, 2.
Do you think?
I mean, I've caught beef out there from the Yankees public, fan base, basically saying, "What do you want? Herman's doing so well. You don't DFA him. You don't do this, that." The guy is not. He's done it twice. I mean, 2019, the wife beating incident. With him on the hill and in the rotation, our pitching staff would not have been compromised against Vic DiBiatero's favorite Hootstown Astros.
It's true. Yeah, that helped. That hurt. And he did it.
That hurt major.
Do you think Major League Baseball could implement a Japanese-style baseball?
Meaning what?
It's already sticky.
It's already grip.
Baseball has a little bit more a better grip on it than a Major League Baseball. That's one reason why Tanaka had trouble.
Jonathan's been watching way too much Cobra Kai with this Japanese takes, man. Daniel-san, yo, busted.
It's been coming up.
I only saw season 2 once.
Yeah, no, actually, it's come up a lot since these latest couple of incidents.
Yeah.
That, if you provide them a legal substance, i.e., more tackiness on the ball, like the Japanese balls, then there wouldn't be any issue worrying about people using artificial, devices to, substances. Thank you. To get that handle that they need on the ball, and basically it's going to protect the batters because if the pitcher has control of the ball, they're not going to get hit.
What do you think is what do you guys expect to happen in the summer when we get into the whole situation of sunscreen and all that stuff being on the hand and rosin and the sweat? And God forbid we don't have a Aroldis Chapman Falls, making a Canadian reference out of it. The guy sweats more than you see waterfall from, the Canadian or New York side of Niagara.
Yeah. It's like he just yeah.
He's his own personal water supply for all I care.
It's true. And what's crazy? Like Chapman, Sonny Gray, and who's another one? These guys have left the Yankees and have become like Sonny Gray's got a .79 ERA right now. Chapman's on fire. So if I can make one suggestion to the Yankees, if I'm them, if you're going to bring the guy in, stop trying to change him.
Right.
He's already good. That's why you're bringing him in. Why are they trying to make so many changes? Keep the guy. Because you leave and he goes back to who he was and he becomes fucking dominant again.
Montgomery is not doing that bad either.
Yeah, Montgomery too. It's sort of like they didn't let him use his he uses fastball 25% here. He used it like 80% in St. Louis, and he's getting more out pitches with his fastball. He locates the fastball better than.
But he's sub 500 and an ERA, what 4.5 up there in St. Louis? I'm talking about Montgomery.
I don't know.
But I think he had 2 bad games where he gave up 5+ runs.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't understand why they try to change these guys so much, particularly the pitchers.
Yeah.
Don't change them. Why the hell did you bring him here? I mean, if you see something that's not being utilized, like Clay Holmes had a 6 ERA in Pittsburgh, and he came in at a 2.2. I get that. You see some modifications, but Gray was dominant before he got here. He's dominant again.
So speaking, I mean, you brought up the Clay Holmes reference. So what do you think we see out of Michael Felice?
I don't know yet. I want to see what he does in the minors. I don't know enough about him.
Do you see another Clay Holmes reclamation project in the works?
I could see somebody like a Luis Hill type or somebody like that. One of these guys to come on and just do some damage, either in short relief or because he has
Is Luis Hill even rehabbing?
Who's that?
Is Hill even rehabbing?
Yes, the Hill has started a throwing program recently.
Yeah, he started a throwing program this week.
Yeah, I heard he's accelerated. That he's actually going faster than they expected.
Yeah, he's pitching well. So is Rodon. He's already at 90 feet in plus.
Yeah.
So Rodon is like end of June into July as an expectation.
That's the.
Yeah, because they need games.
The healthy ETA late June.
Yeah. You need to set him up on a 5-day rotation. That's true.
Yeah, you got to give him some. Yeah, you got to get him up to like 70. I'm guessing 75 pitches. Like
yeah.
Up here. And generally in spring training they increase you by 15 pitches.
Everybody was quick to jump the gun on Carlos Rodon, calling him, and passionately critical. I will say that they were ready to call him Carl Pavano 2.0, which many of us disagreed with. I'm already telling you that right off the bat. I'm going to go ahead and change the reference here a bit. Everybody remembers back, I believe it was in 03 or 04, we got a guy from the Cubs by the name of John Lieber, who had a major elbow injury when he was traded to the Yankees, did not pitch in 03, came up in 04, and got into our rotation as part of that infamous choking incident with Vasquez, Brown, and Jared Wright. The rotation of 5 righties, basically, after we let Clemens and Pettit go.
Yep. And then
so basically, I'm going to give him a little benefit of the doubt and call this a John Lieber type incident. That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah, once I see him back on there and healthy, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And if they're smart with him, they don't try to remake Carlos Rodon. I don't know why the hell you would remake what he did last year.
Yeah.
Just enjoy that ride, bro. Enjoy the ride, and let him be a sidekick to Garrett Cole. It's been not much better.
Let Carlos Rodon be what he is. Don't go all Sonny Gray, Esteban Loaiza, and whoever. Insert any deadline acquisition name you want right here in this context of reference. Don't go that direction with him.
Exactly.
I mean, if you let him be what he is, God forbid he turns into a mid-season David Wells type or CC type of person for us. That's what we need.
Yep.
And Rodon has that persona to basically shove the Rays' ass back in their dugout.
And to these guys, Rodon and Severino have 2 things going for them.
Right.
healthy, fresh arms.
Yeah.
And they're pissed off with a chip on their shoulder. So
Exactly.
I expect them to produce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we need that to happen because right now there's one hell of a lot of pressure on Coltrane.
Yes, sir.
You know, he can't keep that up. Otherwise, he's going to break down later on in the season. I don't care how much he tries or how much he prepares.
Joel, that's facts. That's facts right there. Agreed.
That's a great
So
point.
that's what I'm concerned about. Is if we
Yeah.
don't give him reinforcements, we won't have him at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. That's money right there. That's a money.
That's an arm you don't want to break down and risk to injury.
Yep.
Because you've seen the way pitchers have gone down to flexor strains leading to Tommy John, Robbie Ray, and Jeff Springs from the Rays. There's Dave. What was it? Dave Rasmussen. What was his name?
Drew Rasmussen.
No, what was his first name again?
Drew Rasmussen. in Tampa Bay.
Drew. Yeah,
The
I was
damn
thinking of
Yankees.
Yeah. Dave was back in the 80s with the Yankees. Yeah, so every time the Rasmussen name comes in, he's always the first one to come to mind. Drew
I'm
Rasmussen.
waiting for that diagnosis. I'm waiting for them to say he needs Tommy John because he has to flex your streak too. So
Yeah, because now it's coincidence that the Brew Crew are playing the Rays, unfortunately at the Trop, and they had a scoreless game going into the ninth. Rays walked it off 1-0, unfortunately. But I think in the next two games, you will see the Brew Crew basically showing the Rays firsthand what 1987 felt like when the Brew Crew started 13-0 and went on to miss the playoffs. Yes, it's a different time, no wild card, none of the extra playoff shenanigans that exist today.
Right.
I get it. But when you have that kind of a start, regardless of what your playoff format is, you're supposed to be able to make the playoffs. They only went and ended up with 91 wins.
Yeah, I think there's a subtle pressure on Sevy when he comes back. Because right now, if you look at Cole over the last two games, he's been burnt out by the fifth inning.
Yeah.
If you look at his facial, expressions and so forth, he is not the same cool, calm, collected guy that he was in the first part of the season when he was, sailing through. The last two games, he's had no decisions. He's made it, and that's because he's gutted his way through it, being the pitcher that he is. But he doesn't look comfortable out there, and that has me concerned.
Take solace to the fact that you won't see this expression from him again with Hicks out in left field.
That's
really?
True. But it was. I wish we had that on tape because that was perfect.
Oh, it was perfect. He wanted to kill the guy.
If Cole had a Geiger counter with him on the mound that day, he would have gone full Marvel, Avengers, Incredible Hulk, David Banner at that time. He would have marched the fuck out to left field and bashed the shit out of Hicks.
True. By the way, shout out to Murderers Row 315. What's good?
He probably would have.
Here's another question: Would you sign Volpe to a long-term contract?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've seen him up already.
7 years at $50 million, something like that.
Seven for 105, 15 a year.
I'd give him an 8-year deal for like $100 million. So 8 year for 120, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be buying out 5 more years of pre-arb and arb, and then
Yeah.
That is one thing. That is one thing the Yankees never do. They never lock up their young players when they're young. They always wait until the last year of arbitration.
Jonathan, that was the point I was making about the comparison to the Braves. They've been locking up their youngsters early enough. Yeah. They did it with Albies. They did it with
Acuna.
Acuna. They missed out on Freeman. Unfortunately, that's a bad one. I think there was one more they did.
The Michael something, an outfielder. Oh, they've done quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I think the big.
I think that the Yankees should do that with Volpe, and in return, in the long run, they'll probably save a little money in terms of the.
I think because if he keeps.
And then next year's kind of compensatory move to this would be to do the same for Peraza when he establishes himself.
Mm-hmm. I would 100%. By the way, Joel, how's your rotator? How's your shoulder feeling?
You can see me all wrapped up.
Yeah.
In my ice pack and shoulder harness, but
feeling all right today?
I took a pain pill, so I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, Michael Harris. That's him. Sports Time. Yes, thank you. Sports
Yeah,
Time.
Michael Harris. Yes, there you go. Yeah.
That's the guy. Austin Riley to their third baseman. We're getting like 200.
Yep.
Yeah, they locked up like 5 or 6 of these young kids.
The only other one they missed was Dansby Swanson because he's with the Cubs. Yeah, he's with the Cubs now.
I think it's a bigger mistake than Freeman, him going to the Cubs.
Equally as big of a mistake, I would say. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But speaking of extensions, I think they need to extend Bader.
I would look into it too.
So here's what I have to say about Bader. All right, he's definitely an exceptional talent. He's an energy to this ball club. I am not going to badmouth him in any way. There's no reason to. You guys would probably get all over me if I did. Here's what the future of this outfield looks like, though. That's concerning me. Dominguez and Jones are due up in the next 2 to 3 years. Judge is already extended. We already have Giancarlo Stanton's contract as part-time outfielder, full-time DH. We've got Cabrera as a youngster who's a utility guy. So is there space, really, to do this? That's the one question I have.
Extend them 2 to 3 years. That's it.
Probably
Yeah.
after 27, Stanton is gone.
Thank God.
Yeah, he's got 4 more years after this year, I think, or 5, 4, yeah.
Yeah.
27, I believe.
Yeah,
That's when
4 more years, and then the 28 is an option, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The only way I see the Yankees eating that option is if he's close to 500 home runs, and you want him to get as a Yankee. You know,
If he wasn't so injured, he might already be closer.
he's almost at 400 now.
Yeah,
So
he would probably have over 400 if he never got something.
yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Stanton for this team is like Serrano. He's got Joe Boo's rum and Joe Boo's idol in his locker.
Honestly, I think they would have been better off getting Harper instead of getting Stanton.
Oh yeah.
I would have loved Harper, man. I would have absolutely.
Well, how would Yankee fans have taken to his misnomer saying in 19 when he signed with Philly? How would Yankee fans have taken had he signed with Yankees and said he wanted to bring a title back to DC? And you saw what happened in 19 too. They beat the Astros. How would Yankee fans take that?
I don't think they would have cared. You know, I don't give a shit what you did. As long as you bring Yankees, you bring Donaldson to New York too. I wouldn't have cared. And you bring him here, we're freaking happy. So
Yeah, Yankee fans have a short memory when it comes to certain things that are not in their favor. But if it comes to bringing in a championship, they're going to love him, and they won't give a shit what he said.
yeah.
Short memory or short, vertically challenged, as in one certain tattoo from Fantasy Island down in Houston, Jose Altuve, who just got back. You want to talk about short memories. I mean, that midget motherfucker is basically, he was back in time to face us in July and August.
He's a Yankee killer, man. I got to give him that. It's a freaking
Yeah.
Yankee killer.
All I know is, what is it, a 3-game or 4-game series in the Bronx when they come for the it's 4, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so for every Astros player, you got to start the walk-up song for every batter. You got to start it off with T-Rex, Get It On, Bang It Gone.
Oh my God.
Another question is: do you think Austin Wells could be a first baseman after Rizzo's contract is over?
I think I see Chaparro Murakami before I see Wells, potentially. Wells, I could see as catcher going side by side with Rortvet if Trevino's not resigned.
Yeah,
Trevino, I think,
Wells stick at catcher. We need it. We need power catcher. That's what we've been lacking. Offense at catcher.
Yeah.
Wells has a bat. He's got a nice bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and doesn't he have that Rick Cerrone type mustache?
Yeah.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
Got the
Did you
Magnum
see?
bat.
Did you see? Have you seen Joe from The Shift yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like Tom Selleck, man. He's doing. He's rocking it, man. Fucking Magnum PI, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how to do it, man. I couldn't do
Hey,
it.
all I gotta say is a month ago we were feeling like crap, and now look at the turnaround, and that's all we need is this positive attitude, man. This is just the snowballing. And with the way they played, were they 9-3 in the last 12?
Maybe with the curse of Aaron Hicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Hicks is gone. and these guys in the minors are just ready. They're just right there. Bring these guys up, and
yeah, man. And this is the
You,
move that
you heard my take about how this reaction and how this DFA incident took place today, right? You know what it was a result of, right? It was a delayed result of a concussion that Steinbrenner and Cashman basically had when they were down in Tampa in January. They got hit in the head by a bunch of frozen iguanas.
oh,
Yeah.
no,
this is the move that all the fans wanted for months, right?
Yes.
Everybody wanted it. So
Crying for
everybody
it.
right now should be
screaming.
celebrating this and be very
Mhm.
happy.
Well, now we have
Right.
a usable player. Greg Allen is a base threat. He's a better outfielder. I mean,
Yes.
he might have that much power, but we don't need it. Just get on base. That's all we
Pass-
need.
Pass the baton. Stop it with this home run or nothing mentality. Just pass the baton, work the
Yeah.
counts, get on base.
The one
That's
thing
it.
I like more about this team than years past is they have a lot more speed than any time in the last 10 years.
Yes.
Bring
Yes.
on the fucking Astros. We'll show them.
Yeah, man. And use the speed. Use this freaking speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking, we'll do a Chase Utley into second base and send Altuve to the IL for good.
I mean, look at the Rays use their speed. Astros use their speed, right?
Mhm.
The teams that kick our asses use their speed on a regular basis.
Yeah. They're all athletic players.
Yes.
Speaking of earlier conversation on Tommy John, Astros had a very, very key loss. Luis Garcia also down for Tommy John.
Yep.
They lost pitching, but I don't know what their farm is and if they've got the same depth that the Rays do. But they're already missing the Zach Greinke, the Justin Verlander type. So the anchors to the rotation being gone, it could lead to the same outcome of the COVID-like year. Make it to the ALCS and fall one step short.
It could
Well,
be.
they've been knocked down a peg. That's what
Yeah.
they've been at this pinnacle, and they're coming back down now. So it's good. It's good for
Yeah.
us. It's good for baseball.
Yeah.
This is the same. If you want to talk about analogies between now and 2009, the Yankees were 13-15 going into May 8th when A-Rod came back. The first pitch he strokes for a 3-run home run, and then it's just been an upcline from there. Luckily, we didn't fall below 500, but we had that same type of injury with our captain, Aaron Judge. And then we see the upcline ever since. Hopefully it increases. And now we get speed on top of that on the base pads. Back then, you could make the same argument for players like Brett Gardner and Derek Jeter. And I don't know, well, Cano was not really a speedster, but I don't know. Swish never really came off much as a base threat. Johnny Damon, there you go. He was the guy who stole second base, and because nobody was at third base in the World Series, he went to third.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If
Do
I
you
could say
think
one thing-
Everson Pereira could have a future with the Yankees?
Who?
Everson Pereira, the number 4 prospect?
He's an outfielder, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's
Yeah,
lost.
he's got a shot at
in
being
the
called
shuffle.
up. He's got a shot at being called up. I think they might.
What about Dunham? Dunham.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's another one.
They have a lot of outfielders that they can't use them all.
This is
Mhm.
why this is why I think they might make trades. They might, you add one of those guys to our Gleyber Torres or
So-
Lewis, for a better prospect, a better package return, and returns of major league players rather than prospect players. If the Yankees are going to try to win it this year, they're going to need major league impact, right? Not prospect impact. So, and that's why
so
I think the Astros are probably going to try and get somebody like Josh Hader or a difference-making starter to add to their start because their offense is starting to click. Their pitching is not. They still have some good guys, but I think they're going to try to add like a Justin Verlander type at the deadline. A huge
Mhm.
difference maker.
And that could be a Dylan Cease if they go after him.
It could be, yeah. And they have enough capital to get him and the balls to do it. So that's my fear with regard to the
If
Houston
the
Astros.
Astros get Cease, then that could be a real dangerous team.
That's tough. Yeah, it could be tough. Yeah, it could be really tough. So
Now, don't kill me for this take, but do you see the Astros taking a chance on our DFA, Aaron Hicks?
no.
No way.
I mean, they're missing a left-handed bat in Michael Brantley. I'm just saying.
I'd love it if they did.
I guess it would be the Marlins might take a chance on.
Easy out.
Marlins or Pirates or somebody like that. I think we'll probably
Yeah,
take a stab at him.
Somebody will take a shot. Yeah.
The Oakland A's, they're 10 wins.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
exactly.
wait! Actually, his 30 million is probably more than that entire team's payroll. So yeah, scratch that. That's not happening.
For folks to remember that just getting DFA'd, the Yankees are eating that money. Any team that signs him would get him on the minimum.
Yeah.
Unless he gets traded, which is pointless to trade him now that he's been DFA'd. So I don't think anybody's gonna say, "Okay, I'll need some money."
So he's been DFA'd, and then I've heard that they've got 10 days to trade him. What happens if he doesn't get traded?
If he doesn't get traded, well, they'll put him on there, release him.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay. I was just making sure. Yeah.
I highly doubt he's going to get traded. I mean, I would be shocked if he did.
Did he have 2 years left on his contract?
After this season, he had 2. He had 2024 and 2025.
Wow. So
he's not a free agent until 26.
$10 million a year.
Yeah, and then half this year, so they stole him $25 million.
Yeah, TC, I was taking the Bobby Bonilla approach on his contract. I was like, I would have gotten 1 for the next 30.
Yeah. Why not?
Yes, send this thing all the way to 2053.
Hey, you know what? Also, we're not seeing too is the way our schedule is working out. I think we played the A's at the right time, and now we're playing the Reds at the right time, giving us a little break before the Orioles, and I think we're playing the Mariners. I think, it's like coming at the right perfect time to get us, going again, get the bats, because you saw in Oakland how the bats just caught on fire, kind of went into the the next series.
True.
So.
We played both Oakland series already. I mean, did we play at their park? It was only one, right?
Just one series in Oakland.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It was only the one at Yankee Stadium. We didn't go to Oakland yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to go to the Angels, and they probably play Oakland at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the upcoming week, it's going to be Baltimore and San Diego. Then after that, the Memorial Day on Monday, was that Arizona? No, it's not Arizona. It's a West Coast team. But
Mariners, I think, are at the end of the month.
Yeah, Mariners. There you go. It could be the AL West. Yeah.
A couple of West Coast teams.
Yeah.
Mariners are no slouch. They're good.
No, they play us tough.
Yeah. So, and they got Luis Castillo, who's fucking Yankee killer. So, like.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever regret the Yankees not getting Castillo?
Okay, I don't, because of the package they would have had to have given up. I mean, they would have had to give up Volpe, Peraza, Dominguez, and Austin Wells.
Yeah, that's
not a deal I would make. Not a deal I would make.
I wouldn't have made that deal.
No, not at all. Too much capital to surrender.
Yeah, and if you look at his stats, like he's like Cy Young type 1 year. He's a little bit off, and he also fluctuates in his production too, Castillo. He just happens to be really good against the Yankees. So, I wouldn't have done it. That's a lot to give up. Now, had I done it for Soto or Ohtani, maybe, but Soto would have probably been the bigger bet because he's 23. So I would have gone to youth there.
But the Yankees, I think I heard Hector saying that they had an opportunity in 2018 to trade Torres for Castillo and someone.
It was a straight up trade, Castillo for Torres, and Cashman said no.
Yeah, well, that turned out to be a big mistake.
Well, Castillo also wasn't that dominant at that time. I mean, he was good, but not that dominant. But yeah, and they also had a chance to trade Miguel Andujar for Josh Hader, and that was turned down.
Oh, and Arenado.
And Arenado too. And Hader had 5 years of control left.
And everybody looking at wanting to get who's that guy in the Padres? Manny Machado. The guy's hitting like he's sucking this year. He's like 230 before he went on the DL on the IL.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him.
So he's not going to be in the game basically this weekend. Rather the next weekend when they come to the stadium.
Yeah.
It's going to be Tatis Jr. and Soto and Bogarts.
Yep.
That we got to worry about.
They're underperforming big time. I didn't think they would be this bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I'll wrap this up shortly too. For those that, shout out to everybody in the chat room. Just to celebrate Hicks being gone, please hit that like button, gang.
Yeah.
And please subscribe. Please support the other strategy. TC Steels is a great bit with Hector and Yankees Morning Brew. Please subscribe to that group as well for great content, great podcasts, and everything. And thank you for everybody in here.
Yeah, Morning Brew Sports. Hector, if you're out there, I mean, I kind of got under the kids' skin a little bit yesterday. I mean, I saw Ed Krause's reaction when I threw up some of the acronyms, anti-Met acronyms. He was really like, no, you don't throw that up again.
The rookie podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched
Those
that.
kids are good. Did you see them, Jason? That little kid Eddie. Wow, he is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I threw up the acronym. My entire team sucked. He's like, don't ever throw that up again.
I think we're gonna have him on the show one of these days. I already told Jigga and Hector. We gotta have that kid. Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, he's very good.
I think 13 or 14 years old. That's
yeah.
Him and her are both 13. So.
Yeah, he's like, what was it like in 1987?
No internet.
Sean Brown.
And I was trying to get him to understand that was 8 years before Windows 95 existed.
Yeah, we had the Commodore 64, I think.
Yeah, and the Tandy from Radio Shack.
Yeah,
man. Sean Browning, by the way, asked me for. I'm probably not going to go live. This, I think, was the more important live stream right here.
You're going to be on Pinstripe. What is it?
Express.
Yeah, I'm going to be a guest on Pinstripe Express tonight. I think with Hector, and with Tats and.
I'll try to be in the comment section.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate them having me on as a guest. So this is
their to the chat out there today, you can mark the calendars today as Wizard of Oz Day. Ding dong. Preparation Hicks is dead.
Yeah.
Merry Hicksmas.
Oh my gosh, man.
You didn't even need to splash water on him.
Yeah. The holy water. Just go.
Yeah. So, gang, I probably will not go live after the game. Probably do a quick recap. This was the live stream, and I think that we can all agree is the most important right here. That Aaron Hicks is deuces.
And in case if you guys missed the most important announcement of it all, the Preparation Hicks moniker is officially retired.
Yes.
Sad to see it go.
What's the moniker?
No, sorry, not sorry on that one.
I'm sure you'll come up with something else.
I already did. Gleybat Torres.
That's it.
And the dog's even barking in agreement on that one.
And if anything else happens, you're going to get it out from us. We promise you that. But for the Yankees win, let's celebrate that. Aaron Hicks, deuces, brother.
Yes.
Deuces. Thank you for your time. But Yankees are moving in the right direction. So
let me do the Angel Hernandez ejection.
Let me give a special shout out to Donaldson, my consigliere, Joel, President. Preparation Hicks is dead. Sunil and TC Steels for coming on, Tats for coming on, and all the other for LI who's on here.
My pleasure.
LI made his rare appearance on my channel.
Yes, he did.
After pitching horribly last night.
It's all good. He's just recovering himself. But thank you everybody for coming on. And again, support the Yankees. Don't keep this train moving.
Yep.
Joel, talk to you later, my friend. Keep taking care of that shoulder. All the best, guys. Love. Over and out.
All right, man.
All right.